So here we are now for the final part of the Dying for Truth program on the death process. Here we are sitting together on Arunachala. And I would just like to say a few things to finish off with, just a couple of reminders, and then see if anybody has any more questions. You know, as we sit here on Arunachala, just remember that this little mountain here in southern India is said to be the embodiment of the Shiva energy, the embodiment of Shiva. Shiva being a cosmic principle, which I often liken in the Western world to the planet Pluto. It's the cosmic energy that brings up and destroys the illusion, the false identities. It helps us to see how we identify with the things that come and go. And as you know, anything that comes and goes is not who you are. Pluto, Shiva energy helps us to see this. How we identify with something that is temporary, all the comings and goings in the movie of life, instead of resting in what is behind that, the true self, the true nature that never comes and goes. So Arunachala is always a wonderful place for the Dying for Truth retreat. And ultimately everything we've been looking at these days here, you know, it has very much to do with witnessing. Being able to witness all your movies while you're still alive. If you can do this, there's going to be no difficulty witnessing as consciousness leaves the physical body in the death process. So any opportunity you have, just witnessing small things. You know, who is sitting here on Arunachala right now? I am. Yes, but who am I? Who is playing the part in this movie? Waiting for a bus in Copenhagen or wherever. Just witnessing the role playing through you in that moment. And then there might be more challenging things to witness. You know, you get back to your home and somebody has broken in and taken a lot of your stuff, and you can be feeling very angry. That's also okay. In that moment, you're playing the part of somebody who's very angry because somebody has robbed them. But still there's a part of you witnessing. There can be even bigger things than that, what feel like bigger things. A terrible accident, you lose half your family. Enormous grief, rage maybe. It's okay that these things happen, that this plays through you. But still there's a part of you who knows this is a dream, this is still the movie. Who is having this experience? I am. But who am I really? If you just remember this the rest of this lifetime, what Stephen Levine calls dying to the mind and the movies of the mind while you're still alive. If you just remember this, then you're totally ready for the death process. So are there any final questions? Hamesh.
I wanted to ask about Siddhis.
Siddhis?
Siddhis.
Yes. You know, when we are looking at like this with the death process and, you know, just witnessing the movie and the roles that play through you, some people will find themselves playing the role of somebody who suddenly has these amazing siddhis, these amazing powers. They can suddenly appear naturally. And it's almost like, well, you could say they are gifts. And there's nothing wrong with having these gifts. But if you start identifying with them, instead of just witnessing the new role that is now playing through you, the one who now has a couple of siddhis, if you start identifying with it, then it is a trap. Then it's going to take you deeper into the illusion. Enjoy your siddhis if you've got them. Enjoy the wonderful music you make. enjoy being a brilliant dancer. But never make the mistake of thinking that that is who you really are. Just stay in touch with the one behind all of this.
Doing this for the preparation, and other people just haven't been able to do it.
Because that's the role they've been playing in the movie. That's the role they've been playing in the movie. And you know, like I've often said, that it seems that the movie playing itself out on this planet could be called Evolution on Planet Earth, right? It seems like that could be the title of this movie. And the evolution part of the movie seems to be speeding up now. There are more and more people looking for things like this. It wasn't like that 100 years ago. There have been times when it was like that, but in recent history, it's like it is speeding up now. So, you know, this is Leela was just asking, or just commenting on something. You know how like a question can pop up, a little question mark can pop up, but she can see beyond it, you know. And what actually happens in the end, that any questions that have to do with why, they disappear. As long as they don't disappear, it's fine, you ask them, Michael. But in the end, questions like, why were not so many people looking for help with the death process a few years ago or whatever? Or why is this happening? Why are there so many wars? Ultimately, those questions disappear. Because the answer is always the same. Why are these things happening? Yeah, because they're happening. Because this is the part, this is where we're at in the movie. Why is this happening in my life? Because it's in the script. This is the part you're playing. And it's perfectly okay to ask all the questions. That's also part of the movie. But as I say, it does seem to me like this movie is about evolution. That could be the title. And if it is so, then obviously more and more people are going to be doing what you're doing. And searching for answers to the deepest questions until all the questions disappear.
Is there any difference in the death process if you are prepared because you have an illness that you know you're going to die from, or if you suddenly are hit by a train or something?
The whole point of doing this is that you are prepared in life. Like Stephen Levine says in his book, die to the mind in life. I think I was mentioning something Osho said the other day. You know, when Osho said if you've had just one glimpse of meditation, you're really quite prepared for the death process. He didn't mean if you'd just done a little meditative exercise once in your life. He meant if you really had fallen into meditation, if you'd really had an experience of meditation. And the kind of work we've been doing here, it's like a preparation. It's almost like a new program that runs inside of you. So you know exactly what to do. And then it doesn't matter if you get hit by a train, you know, you fall off a bridge, whatever. It really doesn't matter. Because the program will click in. You know what to do. You are prepared what to do. You know what to do. The point is, when you've really seen through the movie of life, when you've seen through the role that's playing through you, then you know that is with you, and that is not going to let you down when consciousness leaves the physical body. But important question.